Hey everyone, my name is Nilesh Ohod. I'm currently a final year student at Viva Institute of Technology, and I'm presenting a web application before you, which is the Virus Baba. It's a web application, and we will be exploring all of its services. So if you scroll down, you can see the confirmed and the recovery cases. And if you move up, you can see there are certain clickables in the navigation bar. So we will be exploring each and every clickables in the navigation bar. So if you click on about, it shows you the motive behind developing Virus Baba application. You can click on understood and it will dismiss the model. You can click on contact and it will show you the contact details of the developer. Same goes over here. Okay, let's look at the statistics part over here. So you can see these are certain states and union territories of India which are having COVID cases. So if you hover around a particular dot, it shows you the summary of how the COVID-19 is behaving in certain states and union territories. If you scroll down more, there are statistics of the COVID-19 impact over the world. And if you hover around these dots, you can see the summary. Okay, so this was last updated on 24th of June. So let's go back. Now let's look at two more clickables over here, which is currently unable because in order to access these services, you have to sign up a login. So let's click on the login. But before that, let me tell you, depending upon the language you prefer, you can choose Hindi, you can choose Marathi, you can choose Kannada. For now, we are choosing English for this demonstration. So let's click on the login and sign up over here. So in case if you don't have an account over here, you can click on sign up and it will redirect you to the page which has the details over here which can be filled, and you are then having an account on Virus Baba. Okay, so let's log in using an email ID which is Rahul Verma, and I will enter the password over here and I will hit on login. So now the Virus Baba will redirect me to the profile section. We will be looking at all the services over here provided by the Virus Baba. So you can see now donation has been enabled. So if you click on the donation part over here, so it redirects you to the page which has all the organization which helps the vulnerable categories to rise during this pandemic situation. And if you wish to make donations, so let's click on the donate now and it redirects you to the page in the new tab, and you can give your desired inputs over here and you're good to donate. Okay, for now we go back. Let's look at the QR code reader. So QR code reader is essentially a service for the medical officials who wish to understand the user ID of a particular user. So if you click on the QR code reader over here, it opens a web camera over here. And by the way, hi, this is me. So you can show the QR code over here and it will show you the user ID below. And I'll go back. Now let's look at the hospital services. So let's say you wish to see all the hospitals near your particular city. You can enter your city name over here and you can hit enter and it will show you all the hospitals near that particular city. If you wish to understand the medical stores near your city, you can select this and you can enter the city name over here and you can hit enter, and it will show you all the medical stores near your city. Same goes for the vocational training. So if you click on the select, it opens a model over here. So Virus Baba definitely understands the need of being productive in this COVID-19 situation. So you can see these are certain domains in which one could specialize or learn about it in this situation. So let's say I am an art student and I wish to learn more about sociology. So if I click on sociology, it redirects me to the website in the new tab, and you can read all the free materials provided by this website. By the way, these website has been hand selected by me as they provide free learning material. Okay, so let's scroll down. This is the ambulance facility over here. So let's say you want to facilitate yourself with the clean and healthy ambulance. So you can select the service and you can choose a desired ambulance service provider and it will make a phone call. You have to just click on the highlighted number and it will make a phone call. If you click on the meet the doctor service over here, so we understand the importance of doctors in this situation. So let's say I want to have a one-to-one interaction with the doctor in this current situation because it's very tough to express yourself in certain parameters. So let's say you can mention your concern over here. So let's say I have a headache, and you can click on register an appointment and the officials will get back to me shortly with all the informations. And you can see these are certain steps which we need to follow in order to access the service over here. So I will close this for now. Let's look at the pass service over here. So let's say you want to have a personal pass or you want to have a transportation pass. You can click as per your requirement. So let's say you want to have a transportation pass. You can click on transportation pass and it will ask you certain questions like, are you an essential worker? So let's say no, and enter the vehicle number. So I will enter the vehicle number. So let's say MH04P4090 and I will hit on submit for evaluation. And now I have registered myself successfully for the transportation pass and I will receive the confirmation via email or SMS shortly with the status and the information. Now let's close it. Let's look at the personal pass service over here. So we understand the behavior of COVID-19 in this India. So what is happening is it's very dynamic. There is no pattern right now. It's exponentially growing. So you can select a purpose over here. So let's say you want to go and buy some medicines. So this is the personal pass thing and you can hit on submit. And now you will receive the confirmation via email or SMS shortly. And your patience is highly appreciated. Okay, let's go down. This is the awareness section over here. So you can take a moment and try to understand what the COVID-19 behaves, how the COVID-19 behaves. And you can play this video, which is uploaded by the PIB of India to make awareness of COVID-19. Let's click on the Virus Baba volunteering section. So we understand as humans, we are very interdependent on each other. And we need to help the vulnerable categories in such situation. And Virus Baba needs your help. So for that, if you wish to contribute your energy or food, you can choose the service over here. So it will ask you certain questions like, are you willing to contribute towards society? So let's say yes. And now how would you like to contribute towards society? So let's say energy. So energy in the sense you have to be physically present to facilitate the vulnerables. And you can click on submit. And now you have successfully registered to be a COVID-19 warrior. I will close this for now. This is the MSME product services over here. So micro scale enterprises. So let's say you wish to buy a multifunctional machine. You can click on this particular product and it redirects you to the page which has the multifunctional machine, which is in the GM website of India. Okay, so I'll close this for now. You can see these are the government links and services over here. So let's say you click on the Ministry of Health and Family Affairs and it redirects you to the particular website in the new tab, and you can use all the functionality provided by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Now let's take the tech test part. So this is the speciality of the Virus Baba application. So in order to understand the susceptibility towards COVID-19, we have to answer certain questionnaires. So I'll select this, and these are certain questionnaires which we'll be answering one by one. So let's take a scenario that has the low susceptibility. So have you arrived from a foreign country? So let's say no. And by default, the none has been selected. What symptoms are you experiencing? So let's say none. Okay. And it disables all the rest of the checkboxes over here. It will ask you a question like, do you smoke? So let's say no. Do you have any medical conditions? So let's say I have none. And how many members are there in your family? So let's say 4, including me. Have you met the doctor recently? So let's say no. And if you hit on submit, it generates an alert stating that have you given your appropriate answers. So if you wish to change the answer, you can click on change answer. We have given the appropriate input, so we will click on yes. And now my susceptibility score turns out to be low, as I don't have the complication, physical complication. Okay. Now let's take a scenario that could happen if we had the high susceptibility score. Okay. For that, let's close this for all. Okay. And now we will be clicking on tech test over here, and let's answer these questionnaires once again. So it will ask like, have you arrived from a foreign country? So let's say yes. And which country have you arrived from? So let's say Germany. And what symptoms are you experiencing? So let's say high fever, mild breathing issue, and say fatigue. Do you smoke? Yes. Do you have any medical conditions? So let's select heart problem and diabetes. How many members are there in your family? So 4 members, including you. And have you met the doctor recently? So let's say yes. And I will click on submit. And now I will click on yes. So now you can see my susceptibility score turns out to be high. And the Virus Baba highly recommends me to book an appointment. So let's say I'll click on book an appointment over here, and it redirects me to the website where I can book an appointment in the particular test center. So yeah, you can see these are certain markers which are bouncing. So no need to worry about it. It's just animation. You can zoom in, and if you tap on this particular marker, it shows you the availability status of the COVID-19 test. And this is the summary which you have been already done during the sign up session. So let's say I wish to select this particular booking center, test center, so I can have the COVID-19 test. So what am I supposed to do that? So for this, we have a feature called double tap and book. So if you double click on this particular marker, and now the test center has been updated over here. So we have to choose the desired date and the desired time over here. So let's say 12th August would be a good time. At 12:30 p.m. would be a good time. At 12th date. So you can click on confirm booking and it will generate an alert stating that have you given your desired input. So if you wish to change, you can click on the change button. For now, as we have given the desired input, we can click on yes. And now we have registered ourselves successfully for the COVID-19 test in the particular test center, and I will receive the confirmation shortly via email or SMS. And there are certain steps which we need to follow, which are given in the screen right now. Step 1, step 2, and step 3. For now, we will be exploring one more feature, which is the quarantine section. So this section is specifically for the people who cannot quarantine themselves appropriately due to geographical reason or financial reason. So I will click on book for quarantine over here, and the virus Baba will redirect me to the quarantine section where an individual can book a quarantine bed in the quarantine center. So before booking a quarantine center, he has to or she has to answer certain questionnaires over here. So are you under medication? So let's say yes. If I wish to facilitate myself with the medical treatments and medicines, which state do you belong to? So let's say Madhya Pradesh. And there are two members with me right now who is willing to quarantine with me. Okay. Now you can see the fields over here has been already given, and to choose a particular quarantine center it's same, like you have to double click on the particular marker and it chooses the quarantine center. So if I single click on a particular marker, it shows me the availability status of the quarantine bed in the quarantine center. And if I wish to choose this as the quarantine uh, center, so all I have to do is double click on this particular marker and it will choose the quarantine center over here. And now I will click on confirm booking and it will generate an alert stating that have you given your desired input. So let's click on yes. If you wish to change, you can change as well. So now my request has been registered and is under process, and I will receive the confirmation of the quarantine bed via email or SMS shortly. And thank you so much for listening to the project. Thank you.